In this video, I'm going to show you how to create content in your WordPress account. So in order to get to your dashboard, you're going to type in whatever your site is, so jennyjones.com, and then /wp-admin. And that will bring you to the sign-in page. And then you'll want to enter your username and password that you chose when you set up WordPress. And you might click remember me so you don't have to do it again and log in. So then you'll see your dashboard here. And there are a couple of places to create content, but you will be creating a post if you have a blog and you want to update that. So posts are kind of like articles, and they will appear on your blog page. And that blog page will update every time you put in a new post. So let's go ahead and add a new post. And we'll just call this, whatever you want, my test post. And then I'm going to put in some kind of dummy content. Lorem ipsum is just some kind of filler text that web designers often use when they just want to see how something is going to look with text, but they don't actually have any content yet. You'll notice that I put that in the text tab because it was in code. They had some paragraph tags on there. But if you're just, typing some text, you can do that in the visual tab here. And you can see that they're in paragraphs. And if you enter words here and then you go to the text tab, you'll notice that they will have added code where necessary. Okay, so then just kind of going through the different things that you can do with your post. If you wanted this to be bold, you could do that. If you wanted this to be italic, you could do that. You could make this strike through. You can add, maybe you want a bulleted list of something. You could put, dogs, cats, birds. That'll make a bulleted list for you. And then you'll notice when you go into the text tab, it has put in the code there for you for a bulleted list. So that's kind of handy. Also a way when you're, just starting off to kind of see how to do things. So in the beginning here of this class, you're not going to have to know code because WordPress will take care of the code that you need for you. Some other things that you can do if you wanted to do, let's say, a block quote. I don't know what quote we would have, so I'll just kind of put fake words in there. You could make something into a link by adding that here. So maybe I wanted these words to go to the New York Times. I could just add that link, and now this, when someone clicks it, it will go to the New York Times. So you might want to add that if you had, cited maybe another article or blog post and you wanted the reader to know where that was, you could turn it into a link. You can change the justification. So if you wanted this to be in the center, if you wanted it to be aligned right, if you wanted it to align left, you can... this is just a toolbar toggle. And then if you wanted to add images, so the reason that YouTube is here is that's because I have a plugin installed, so you guys won't have that there. But if you wanted to add images or videos, you could do that by clicking Add Media, and then you could upload files from your computer. So let's see, maybe I'll just take one of these pictures from my computer, open it, and then if there's any information that you want to add, you can do it over here. So you might add a caption or something. This is a diagram. And then the alt text is helpful because that is what shows up when somebody hovers over the image. And also for people who can't see and they have a computer assisting them, the computer can read the alt text. And then that's kind of it. If you want to change the size of it, you can do that, and then you can go ahead and insert it into the post, and you'll see it appear right there. So you could also add a video if you wanted. If you weren't ready to add pictures or videos yet, but you had the videos and pictures and you wanted to save them, you can do that in the media library. You would just add the images there, and they would stay there until you wanted to use them. And when you put media here, now this is a part of the media library. So they work together. And then these are just some things that are here that you probably won't really need to use yet, but you can kind of explore them if you want. It's just formats the post differently based on the content that you have in your post. So if you want to play around with it, you can, but it's not something you'll have to worry about yet. You can add a category. So if this, maybe was about sports, I could click this. If it's not about sports, it's about something else, maybe I would add a new category. Maybe this is about computers. Then I could add the new category, and I could check computers. If it was about computers and sports, I could check that. If you want to add tags, you can. Be careful with tags. Don't add so many of them that you end up with so many tags that they're not even useful. So you could put, maybe this was about coding or something. You could put that as a tag in there. And that would help people find your article as long as it was actually about coding. And then down here, you can set a featured image. So the featured image, it may or may not appear in the article depending on how your theme is set up, but it will show up if you search for the story, and the search page will show, or if you have this on the home page, usually this image will show up as a little icon to give the reader kind of a hint as to what they're about to click. So you could set that as a featured image. You'll notice that it doesn't show up on this post, but it does show up down here as a featured image. So I'm going to go ahead and publish it, and then I'm going to view it. So I'm going to view the post, and you can see this is what it looks like. I have a theme on here, so yours may look a little bit different. If I go to the home page, you can see that my blog has been updated to, I have a couple of kind of sample posts on here, and then this post has been added, and this is the featured image here. So you can see this is a featured image, and it looks like the other ones may not have a featured image, but obviously this isn't a great image to have as a featured image because it just doesn't, show up at that size very well, but you kind of get the idea of what's going on here. So this has your whole post here, and then if you want to click into the post, you can click in there. And, if you were to want your post to be smaller, like if you didn't want this whole thing to show up on the home page, you just kind of wanted a little excerpt, you can change that in your settings. So we went to reading. You'll notice that for each article in a feed, you can show either the full text, which is doing now, or just a summary. And so you can save that. And that kind of gives you an idea of how to do posts. So the other content that you could create would be a page. And a page is different because it's static. It does not show up on your blog page as a new post. It would probably show up in your menu if you put it there. So a good example would be an about page or a contact page. So let's go ahead and do a contact page. And on this page, I might, include, my phone number, And let's just do that for now so we can kind of see how this works. Same tools up here that you can use to create your page. And then if I publish it, you will notice that it does not appear on the blog page, but because of the way my menu is set up, it's set up so that if I create a new page, it goes into the menu. So it's right here, and you can see it has my number here. Same with like an About Me page. You know, that would be a page and not a post. It would be something that you always wanted to be there and always wanted people to be able to find very quickly. So that is the difference between a post and a page. You can still set a featured image for this, just in case someone was searching for it. Then they would, you know, see this. And as you can see, you know, that doesn't show up in your page. It just shows up as the featured image. And then if I were to search for, you know, phone number or something, then in my search results, it would show this featured image. So if I update it, let's just go ahead and search the blog. So phone number. So it should find the contact page because I'm searching for contact that's in the content page. The contact page. And you can see this is a little featured image. So I can see, you know, I would obviously put something that actually related to the page, but you kind of get the idea here. And then I can click in here, and here is the contact page. So that is how you create a page. And so remember that pages are static and they stay in the same place. They don't appear in your blog. Posts, on the other hand, do appear in your blog, tend to be updates or articles, and they show up on the homepage if you have it set to be a blog on the homepage, or they show up on your blog page if you have that on another part of your website. So that is all.